I want to use as kind of like planting the seed for what we're going to talk about today and just give you a bit of aha moments, a bit of insight, a bit of background to help you think about what I'm going to introduce today. The first thing I want to point out is, did you know that 86% of buyers are willing to pay more for a great customer experience, right? We know that from all those Apple products, you're paying an arm and a leg for a phone. Well, the rest of us who have Samsung don't, but there's something about that experience that people will line up for and pay more for, even though you may just be using those phones for phone calls and taking pictures of your kids, right? And texting and Facebook. We're all using it for the same thing, but what sets that apart and what makes people pay for that? So buyers are willing to pay a bit more if there's an experience that comes along with it. Also, keep in mind the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your inputs. That means that if you just assess your business and tweak a thing or a thing here, a thing there, that might be enough to create massive impact and results in your business. Every time you want to create results, it doesn't mean you need a complete overhaul of what you're doing. That 20% of your process that you can tweak could make all the difference for yourself and for your clients. Having said that, let's actually go through the brief agenda of today. What I want to focus on and what I'm hoping you'll get out of it by the end of today is to get an overview of the client intake, onboarding, and offboarding processes and how that can impact your the amount of clients that stay, the quality of clients that stay, the referrals that you get, and so on. And we're going to review some of the tools for consistent communication with clients. Consistent being the key word here. These tools are not tools we Googled. We actually use them daily in our systems and in our own company, and we implement them in our firms and our clients' firms as well. So they are proven. We stand by these. We use them on a daily, and I don't think I could have a business if half of these were not in place, but we'll talk about those further. And we'll have a Q&A session at the end. I will stop throughout for Q&A if I feel like some clarifications might be needed. And at that time, I might ask you guys to put information in the chat or questions in the chat that we can look at. Okay. Again, some things to think about. There are hidden costs in your business that you may not have thought about or don't know enough about to make an impact or change a process in your business. The question is, what's the price of maintaining business? What's the price of maintaining business as usual? And what factors are impacting your bottom line and hindering growth, right? It's about what could you tweak, what needs to be tweaked for that impact in your business. And there's some data to think about. Inefficient processes like data silos cost you 20 to 30% of your revenue. So something as simple as keeping notes on a project on sticky notes on your desk versus having an online portal where your client, their vendors, and your own team can look at information and progress for a project. That could make a huge impact on how you use your time, how your clients interact with you, and how streamlined your process is for projects. Another fact to think about, organizations spend around 15% of their time in meetings. Surveys show that 71% of those meetings are unproductive. You might think, well, I'm talking to my clients 24/7. We're on the phone all day long. And it's worth analyzing, is it the quantity of time you're interacting or the quality? Some of our clients, we only chat with 30 minutes a week, if at all, but there's systems in place that make us know we're on the right track, let them know where we are in the process of a project, and so on. So again, just a lot of things to think about before we dive into the content. Is your business, and you, I mean you as the VA, or you take the perspective of your clients as well, is your business suffering from any of these things? There's a lot on the screen, but let me point out, for example, unclear expectations. You start the project, it's all going well, and in the middle of it, they go, oh, I needed you to also do social media posts for this. And then you say, well, we never agreed to that. That wasn't part of our initial contract, right? Well, but I need those. I understand that, but you never said that, right? little things that could cause an annoyance or a hiccup in the process, but could have been prevented with a launch call where you go through everything you've agreed on and you both say yes, or an email as part of your intake and onboarding process that outline the do's and don'ts and what's included in the contract and what's not, could have been avoided, right? With something as simple as that. Does anyone, and I don't know if people can unmute themselves, but does anyone have something they want